Welcome back to Wedlocked and Loaded.
Wedlocked and loaded.
You women.
Do not lump us all in one category.
So you girls, and lie and stretch the truth and try
girls,
to get us jammed up.
First of all, I'm a whole ass woman, right? Think about
no
that.
No disrespect.
Sounds like it to me. So why can't y'all? What is it with men that they just can't walk away?
Depends how good it is. You don't want to give that away.
Greetings, everyone. New episode of Wedlocked and Loaded. I am Daniel Laurent, and this lady is...
I am Leah Nicole. What's the problem?
First, come on now.
I'm here. What's up?
Fix yourself.
I'm great. What's up?
Fix yourself.
What you want?
Come on.
I'm good.
All right. So, holidays are nearing. Families should be, spending time reflecting and how the year has been and, maybe missteps and new goals and all those type of things. But instead what we have is a shattering of the Black love universe. And so I wanted to speak about Papoose and Remy, and we always were mindful when we speak about stuff because everyone has their opinions and their hot takes and all that stuff, but we always try to talk about it from a different kind of perspective and a different lens. But what do you, I guess, I don't want to assume that people are unaware of this, but basically a quick Cliff Notes version. There were rumors that Remy Ma had was messing around with the battle rapper Easy the Block Captain. Never confirmed or denied. No one spoke about it. There was a battle rapper that actually put all the bars in a verse.
That's his wife. Knocking you out compared to what he could have did to you. Nigga, that was wife. And you not off the hook either. If you gon' cheat, at least cheat with a nigga that can fight. Right? You know this ain't right? I don't give a fuck if you fucking this nigga. Just tell me stop spewing the business. If niggas found out you was fucking the help, that could really ruin your image. We're talking Barack and Michelle, Pap and Rim. Nigga, that's us. Y'all the poster child symbol for Black love. Niggas think that y'all marriages still have to go through them stages. Every interview, he show his admiration and tell the world how he think his woman the greatest. That nigga held you down in prison for 6 years.
Supposedly during one of the battles, Papoose came in and knocked the dude out.
Mm-hmm.
Still no confirmations or denials from either party. And then all of a sudden, I feel like on Saturday or Sunday or something, it just started being a barrage of screenshots and texts and voice chats and all types of stuff. And I guess Papoose fell asleep on the phone with Clarissa Shields.
Mm-hmm.
Remy picked up the phone. Clarissa hung up the phone. And then it just turned into a big ball of mess. So, I think that there's immediate sides that get taken.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess my question to you is, because you're either chair or president of the women's club, so I'm dying to know.
Well, I don't want you to do that.
I'm dying to know.
I don't want you to do that.
Do what?
I don't want you to die to know.
Aw, you'll miss me. Thanks, babe.
A little bit.
So, I'm curious to know
Mm-hmm.
what your thoughts are on just these things, and then we can peel it back, in the words of Mayor Adams.
Let me peel back again, because you gotta always peel back this stuff.
So you want me to tell you my thoughts on the whole scenario, basically, or are we specifically talking about the barrage of screenshots that were shared.
Let's start there.
I'll tell you, I did try to read some of them. They were a little bit hard to follow. Just, in terms of like not really making much sense, but, piecing together the information that I do know with what was being said. It's never a good look to put your business out on Front Street to begin with, especially if you started off as private as you can be as celebrities, right? So, I thought that was a little bit messy. I know that there's a lot of, they were looked at as couple goals. And so, I know there was a lot of folks who, feel a way that they are no longer together and it's playing out the way that it is. But overall, it's definitely messy. And if it could have gone a different way, meaning, their business stayed their business, I think, I would have appreciated that. But I also think it's one of those things where, people see things because everybody's sharing everything, and folks have questions, and they're usually left with no answers, right? So I guess we got our answers to the behind the scenes of the demise of Remy and Pat.
But did we? I mean, because at this
everybody
point,
moved on. It's messy. It's a messy move on. So, what I do not care for though is, oh, she cheated on him. You know what I'm saying? She came home and he was holding her down. He held her down for 6-7 years. And this is how she treated him. Again, we know the picture that was painted and presented in front of us, right? But we don't know how many strokes that artist took, you know what I'm saying, to actually paint that picture.
Oh, yeah.
You did that on purpose?
Always.
You did that on purpose, like pun intended. Strokes.
Painted picture, yes.
How many strokes the artist? Because these are artists, and I see what you did.
You like that?
That's cool.
I know. I'm kind of doping that way.
You're entitled to one a night. It's a true thing, though. I mean, I think that
Which part?
It paints the narrative of like, see, y'all broads ain't, nothing to write home about.
Well, here's what I will say, right?
Because he certainly was waving that flag, just like no
of course,
different
most
than
most
Eminem wearing free Yayo t-shirts.
Most people do, right? Especially when they're trying to cover up their dirt, right? And again, I'm not saying that he's dirty, you know what I'm saying? Because I don't know what he had going on, right? And I don't care. However, I put nothing past anyone. And so it is what it is. People break up every day, B.
So you don't care?
No, I'm not going to lose any sleep over it.
That's not nice.
It's very nice. They are not putting no money in my pocket. They're not feeding my children, clothing my children, or nothing. So it's it sucks. It would be nice to have, Black love win always, right?
It's kind of all falling apart. Like Will and Jada. I mean, that was rumored for a long time.
You gotta be real careful. You know what I mean? Like, people idolize people idolize people and things that that they don't have any real connection to, right? Like, this is like a made up world,
I think aspirations and hope is important, and it's what gets.
I think you should have that.
It's what gets people. It's what gets people through.
And I understand that, right? But just because their marriage, fell apart and it is now falling apart in front of our very eyes doesn't mean that you as an individual should not continue to have those hopes and dreams and aspirations for you to have a successful relationship. At the end of the day, if anything, this is showing you that she's tough
Hmm.
and it takes work to keep it going. And not the facade of it.
But okay, so do you feel, so from the public's perspective, we only got wind of this from Remy Ma posting what she posted?
So no, I'll say this.
Do you feel there's any onus? Like, do you? So if there's a long list of people to talk to, do you talk to her first and say, "Look, you shouldn't have done this," blah 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 blah, or do you say she must have been given a reason to do that?
There's always, listen, that looks very reactive to me. That's what it looked like to me. And the video of Clarissa, I'm saying, with her little lyrics or whatever, like, even though it's not yesterday new, like, that happened within the last few months.
Yeah.
Right? You think that's a coincidence?
Some people say I'm a killer. Jab to the mouth, then the shot to the liver.
Ooh.
Her man wanna take me to dinner. I call him, what's the name? I don't even remember.
Who?
I know you nervous, baby, but now you with a boss bitch. She's the worker, baby.
Brokey.
And I deserve it, baby. Cause ain't nobody give me shit, I had to earn it, baby.
Yes.
She don't like me cause I spend money.
No, I'm not laughing. I'm asking you.
I think everyone wants to be.
Do you
everyone
think
wants
it's a
to be what they want,
Listen,
but they're not.
You're talking. Listen, she's talking.
Athletes want to rap.
She's wonderful. It's all good, right?
And girl
But
rappers
she's
talk their shit.
Listen. So, as a female, and you know this because men do it to each other too, right? Some of it's blatantly in your face, or some of it is just absolutely like, oh, let me just really be, you know what I'm saying, as inconspicuous as possible. But she's absolutely throwing subs. And because we're not in that circle, we don't know all the we don't know the whole the undertone of the whole song, right? But because Remy is in that, she knows that shit was subs for her. And so, two things can be true, right? Like, let me give you another. This is the thing that frustrates me because I feel it on both their parts, Paps and Rims, right? Like, Pap said, he was like, I didn't knock you out because you slept with my wife. I knocked you out because you shook my hand and then slept with my wife. Right? Absolute disrespect. Now, Pap knocking him out don't look like what does that look like to you? Does that look like he's protecting his wife, his namesake, or do you think that was ego driven? Jealousy driven.
I mean, it could be a combination of all of it.
Could be a combination of all of it. But first thought, what comes to your mind first thought?
I think respect, and wherever that box falls into. I think
so, I know.
It depends if you're a principled. People move the goalposts all the time.
I'm not asking you to do that. I'm straight shooting to you, right?
Yes, Leah.
Okay.
I'm saying people move the goalposts all the time. I think that if you are a principled person and you are moving with principles and you do things a certain way, then, certain things just will not fly. Now, I'm not for people having double standards. And so if you got a chick in Remy's face, or you got a chick that's talking to Remy, or you got a girl that's, you know, coming by supposedly to drop off donated goods, then like that's not fair either. Like if the if the standards are there's no interaction with my significant other, then that's what it is, I guess. And I guess if there's an arrangement that maybe there very well was, and it's none of our business, I guess, until it gets made our business.
Mm-hmm.
But you know,
so you know, I would say this to you so many times in the past, right? Like people definitely, you know, are reactionary, especially when they are fed up, right? And so, you know, I asked you if you felt like that was ego driven. His reaction to oh boy was ego driven. If it was, you know, respect driven, and you know, you feel like it could be a combination of things. For me, this kind of just like it played out in a sense of, you know, how I would say to you, like, damn, like, you know, I'm in a no-win zone, right? Like I can't win for lose. You know, you out here flirting with people, you know, they getting the wrong idea and now they're being disrespectful to me. One, you know, you open the door for that. That's one thing, right? But by you opening that door, you put me in a position where, you know, I either do nothing and look like a sucker, or I spaz out and I look like an angry Black woman or an insecure wife, right? And in none of those scenarios, the outcome would be no good in any of those scenarios, right? Because I'm acting out not because, you know, you're being a flirt, but because I'm being disrespected. Blatantly so. So that was, you know, Pap's reaction to old boy when he knocked him out, supposedly. And that's Rem like, I'm tired of staying quiet. So now everybody's just gonna get the tea. And I think it all goes back to, yo, as my man, as the father of my child, as my husband, as my ex-husband, as my soon to be ex-husband, as my man, like your job is to protect me. And you didn't do that. You let somebody else come in here and stir some shit up.
for who?
Man, the chicken
Yep.
the chicken LA, Clarissa, whoever. And maybe Pat feels the same way. Like, oh, you out here flaunting this dude. You're not being respectful. You're not protecting me. But for me, you know, I'm seeing pictures of them together, her and Block, and I don't see anything that looks romantic to me.
Well, that's the worst
Well,
part.
besides the
Christmas
the
tree,
Christmas picture, right?
which is wild in itself.
But is it?
What the hell? You think that's okay?
Why she can't spend Christmas with her
Look,
people?
man, I don't even want to have. Look, if that's the
I'm
type of
asking you.
if that's the type of time we on, I don't even want to have this conversation.
She
What do you-
spent Christmas with her child,
Yeah,
and now it's whatever. That picture could have been taken before she went to spend Christmas the day with her child.
it was dated.
No, my point is it was dated, but was it time stamped?
I think so.
Clearly, it was still light outside. So My point is that could have been Christmas morning. Hell, it could have been Christmas Eve morning. But so what?
That's nasty work.
What's nasty is for you to sit up here and say you sitting up here with this dude, but you ain't come check your child. That's crazy. And you can low blow all you
what
want.
He said about.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, she was there. So
she was where?
Whether she was there for 15 minutes or
Where
7
she was
hours.
Where?
She was with Easy in the Christmas tree.
But again, we don't know. But she also was with her child. So again, two things can't be true.
Maybe the child got 15 minutes.
You know.
Who knows?
Yeah, that's cool too.
I mean, maybe she treated it like, you do me on like a Saturday night.
I do you.
You're out all night. You come home at 2, 3 in the morning. Give me a kiss, lay down, go to sleep. Yeah. I see you for all of 15 minutes.
Yeah, but I'm home though. Ain't that what y'all say?
But that's so. If that's the standard that we're gonna go with, quality time over quantity. That's what we're gonna do. I don't know. It's nastiness, and it's
unfortunate. Is what it is.
I hate to see it.
It's unfortunate. It is absolutely unfortunate.
I think it's tough when you brand yourself. And it's like, there's comments of accusations of abuse now.
Mm-hmm. On whose part? Who do you feel like? You feel like she's saying that he was abusive to her?
She did say it.
Mm-hmm. And is that unbelievable?
Santa's not real, man.
I mean, I'm not judging my belief on their situation by no means.
I just think, like what's when people say like couples goals, blah, blah, blah. I mean, my assumption, because I usually hear it from people
mm-hmm.
who are not in relationships or not in like serious relationships. I don't so much hear people who are in relationships saying like couples goals. I'm sure it happens, but I don't hear it. But I think, an ideal is represented. It's like, I don't know. I mean, there's something to be said about you being who you present that you are. And I guess more times than not, it's just coming across where that's not the case. Like, Common is the earthy, crunchy, in touch with his feminine side. Will wash your feet and lotion your elbows.
Toxic. He's a beautiful toxic
but
man.
He doesn't present in that way.
Of course, everybody wears their masks.
But that's what I'm saying. But like, it's not until you start unpacking certain things and you start seeing like, yikes, okay.
Well, the reality is that some things are not for you to unpack, right? And just like any other person, he got away with doing a lot of stuff, right? He figured out a way. Listen.
But he's not looked at in the same way, he's not looked at in the same way as like a Ray J or a Nick Cannon or even
how do you
a Drake.
Know that?
Because
you don't revere him in that manner.
I'm not talking about revere. I'm talking about like how he is. Like, Ray J is looked at as like he has smashed everybody and he is like a mess. Common is looked at like, and he like talks good.
But we know he's run through. But that doesn't take away from what it is. He just presents well. His mask is nice.
I just wish
we know people.
Yeah, I know. Leah.
We know people. Listen,
I know, Leah. I just wish people were who they say they were. That's all.
But is anybody?
I am.
You think so?
Definitely. 100%.
All the time?
As much as can be, yeah.
That's
it's easier
nice.
It's easier that way.
Yeah.
I just don't. I don't know. I just
You
think
seem really hurt about this. You seem really broken up.
it's just another. I think with Will and Jada, because it was rumors for so long. Even with that, right? Whatever their agreement was and whatever their arrangement was, like August Alsina, like what the fuck?
I would have did him.
A what now?
Mm-hmm. I thought about it. I thought about it when I seen him at the House of Blues. I was like, wow, he's nice.
Flag on the play.
Do I open up the window a little bit more and push you out?
That's not very kind.
What are we doing?
We're just being ourselves and talking our truths, right?
You're a gross display sometimes, Leah.
Why?
So anyway, back to my point.
I'm just making your point for you, right?
That's definitely not my point.
It is.
No, it's not. And the thing that's crazy is in this conversation, if I was to bring up, Nia Long, or like,
here's the thing,
when
I
used to
didn't bring
watch
him
such
up.
and such.
My point is that you were questioning the people's choice, right? Like him of all, like
no,
you do this.
August Alsina, he's a nice looking guy. However, he's your
and
son's friend,
of all
and
people.
he was damaged, and he was
friend.
Leah. He was her son's friend.
I understand, and we're all damaged.
Some more visibly than others.
Right. And we didn't see his damage until after that separation.
She saw it.
I don't give listen, we didn't see. And maybe she didn't see. Again, because people present very well. They wear I think
they trauma
nice
bonded
mask.
and that's what happened.
And
I can see it happening.
That also happens. But again, you can't fault her if she's
then,
going through some things as well.
And then similarly, Will, that could have been smashing the whole fucking town.
And probably was.
He's on red table crying his eyes out.
Well,
because
he had an allergy.
What?
He wasn't crying. He had an allergy.
Are you being funny?
Yeah.
Leah, he was crying, yo. There's pictures of it.
He had an allergy.
Who said that?
Read about it.
I'm not I watched it.
I saw it.
Did he say it afterwards? Too. He was having an allergy attack?
Yeah,
that's like a manly thing that he doesn't want to cry.
You thought I was crying? I wasn't crying.
No, this bullshit. Anyway,
let me tell you something about Will Smith, that Libra Will Smith.
Oh yeah, y'all can turn it on and turn it off. I know. That's my fucking. That is my thorn every single day. I know.
What part of it?
I know, and you can speak very well to it too.
I mean, men are different. Men Libras are so different, but this is not about the zodiacs. But men Libras are different, and
I just don't understand that. I don't understand how. I don't know, man.
And at the end of the day,
it's the holidays, yo, and they just had a kid.
Well, she's not a newborn. She's what, 8?
She's 7, 8, yo. Like
she's not a newborn. I just hate
when kids are involved in
and
the
life happens, and it is what it is. And I think that.
Get a pet.
Some tough things, some of these situations build character, right?
For who?
For the children.
Leah, did you grow up in a divorced home?
I grew up in a single parent home.
Yeah.
What makes that any different than a divorce?
What character did that build in you?
Baby, you don't see it.
Period, sis.
No, not you saying you want to fuck August Alsina in my face.
Well,
that's not a strong character.
It's very strong.
No, it's
truth,
not.
Right?
Leah, I'll give you truth.
It was a thought. It didn't happen. It was a thought. I seen him. I heard him. I saw him. I said, "Oh, okay, wow." You
fucking old cougar. He's like 15 years your junior.
Suck my big toe.
No.
He's not 15 years my junior.
He is.
Or whatever. So what? He's still of age when I had the thought.
Leah, so didn't we just have
I said a thought. Did I act on it? Was I impulsive with my thought?
Yeah,
no, I was not. It was
you.
A thought. No, it wasn't. I seen an attractive guy.
And you just
I didn't like you very much. Shit.
Holy shit. At the time?
Absolutely.
Oh, so that's what. See? So that yeah.
I don't know. Maybe I did. I don't remember what year that was. I bet not,
Leah. I bet.
Let me see when he came to Boston. I could tell you.
'Cause I remember when he came to Boston, he was like, "Yo, I want to fuck August Alsina in my face." That's not a strong character. Get out.
Let me see when he came to Boston. I could tell you.
He's 32 years old, and he's a Virgo.
Okay, so he's 12. I knew that's why it didn't happen. I had a gut full of Virgos.
Fuck you. September 3rd.
Yeah, I had a gut full of y'all Virgos, so that's why it didn't happen.
Yeah, anyway.
But he is attractive.
Yeah, I mean,
he was very attractive, very personable.
I bet.
Yeah.
Anyway, Leah, get out of your fantasy land.
Oh, it's past.
Yeah.
He's not into me.
Yikes. All right. So back to Remy and Pap.
What up, though?
So what do you feel about... So they're going through their thing.
Mm-hmm.
What do you feel about the other two people who are on the outside, but they're involved in it?
I think people should shut up.
But ego gets involved, and the internets.
Yeah.
And people don't necessarily have people around them.
And folks
Everyone
need to have
has their
some
phones.
self-control, right?
Yeah, that's tough.
God.
Those phones are scary, man. You can't put your phone down. Did you open that window back up?
I can't put my phone down.
You open that back up?
I don't think so.
I was cold.
I didn't touch it.
You did open it back up.
When?
When you came in.
I did not.
I hear the outside.
Come give me an apology. When I came in, when?
I don't know, but that window... I'm freezing.
When? Now. When?
I'm freezing.
Since I've been upstairs just now?
Yeah.
No. Now come give me an apology. Then touch it.
I hear.
Wonderful. Then you didn't close it all the way. I didn't touch it.
Anyway, back to the matter at hand.
Let's go, my dude.
So you feel like they should be quiet?
I don't think. Yeah, I think that.
So if you were involved in that and you were Clarissa, you would just be quiet and let it play out.
Listen, I'm not putting my 2 cents in it. This is married folk business. They ain't divorced yet. It is married folks' business. Mind yours.
Just leave it. You don't have to.
That's fine.
If you had it like a normal person.
Just mind yours is all I'm gonna say. And I would do the same. People could say all the things that they want to say.
So if me and you were in that situation, would you be messy? You think I would be messy?
I'm not messy now. Absolutely you would be.
You think so?
Absolutely.
Why you say that?
You would do anything and everything to make me look like a piece of shit.
Bullshit? Bullshit?
I don't know about that.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't go out of my way to be warm and fuzzy with you initially.
But why? All my exes love me.
Cause all the bitches love me. Hey.
No, I'm just kidding. Kind of. But no, seriously. I just think it's pointless, right? It's not what am I gonna? I laid down with you. What am I gonna trash you for?
Breakups hurt,
if you allow it to.
No, they definitely hurt. Unless you just outgrown each other and it's just
and most of the time that's what happens. People outgrow each other.
I think one person outgrows the other person.
No, I think they both outgrow each other. But what the sadness comes in is where, and not to say there was no love there at all, but the sadness comes in is like, damn, my normalcy has been disrupted. Right now I have to figure out, how do I navigate? I've been with this person for X amount of years. Now, how do I navigate this life, without them? In a sense of, damn, now I just have to figure out, okay, well, let's talk about financially. They got big dollars, I guess, so it's not that big of a deal. But, if you're used to living a certain lifestyle with even bigger dollars, then it becomes a problem. But how do I now move around, specifically them? How do I now move around without people looking at me or asking me questions and being all in my business? How do I move around and not be attached, trying my hardest to detach from this person because people are not allowing me to do so? because when they see me, they see them, and vice versa.
Back to that question I hate.
You just hate it. Excuse me. You just hate it because, you know, you want to
Why?
be out here like a single motherfucker. But
Leah, what are we talking about?
But
I don't. You have to stop.
What?
You have to literally like take a sip of whatever's over there on the
Why don't
table.
you pass me my water? It's by you.
Why don't you?
Just pass me my water.
You have to stop.
I didn't do nothing.
Because I want to be out here roaming around like a single mother.
Listen, so let me just say this.
I don't like that question. And
What
I never
question?
asked.
That's fine.
Oh my God, where's
You don't
Leah?
have to.
Oh my God, where's
You don't
Frankie?
have to.
Oh my God, where's
but do
Johnny?
you see my point, right? Because typically when they see you, they see me, or vice versa.
Yeah.
Whether I am physically with you or not, you are associated.
Yeah.
We are associated with each other.
And so if you don't see the person,
and so but it's not.
Leah, that same sentiment can go if you see somebody that you think is pregnant and you want to comment. Oh my God, how
We're
far are
talking
you?
about two different things.
Leah.
The possibility of being
It's
pregnant.
saying something out your mouth that you don't need to say. Because the reality is, and I have tested this theory, the reality is the people don't care. They're asking where you are. And if you are there, and I'm like, oh, Leah's over there. Oh, hey, girl, hugs, and then walks away. You don't give a fuck. Don't ask me where Leah is, and don't ask you where I am. If I'm not with you, then I'm not with you. I hate that question. It drives me up a fucking wall.
Most
now,
men that want to be out here
Leah,
playing in the
shut
streets.
the fuck up. What are you talking about, yo?
Question.
Such an asshole, man. But if you are going through something, and a person's like, oh my God, where's Daniel?
Yeah. I'm going to tell him like I tell you.
All right. I'm going to.
No, you know. Oh.
What the fuck was that?
That was my knee. You heard that?
How could I not?
I was kind of loud, right? It felt so good.
Jesus.
Yeah, I don't know. You know, it sucks. And I think that, you know, we spoke about this before too. And I'm going to speak from my own personal feelings, you know, like especially, you know, when we first got married, it was just so hard to like, you know, to hear people say to us or to me, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh my God, I just love you all's relationship. I can't wait to find a husband like you, you know, a husband like that, blah, 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 blah. You guys are a couple goals, blah, blah, blah. It bothered me because it made me feel like I had to continue. I just felt like there could be no mistakes with us.
Yeah.
You know, and that was troublesome. And if I can be honest, it probably heightened some of the issues that we had in the past. You know what I'm saying?
You think so?
Absolutely. Well, one thing I'll say, you know, again, like going back to like protecting your spouse, and I feel like men do a lousy job of this. So let me just ask you.
Jesus
I know.
Joe.
Guns are ablazing, and you know, if it struck a chord, fix it. What does that mean to you? What does protect your mate mean to you? Protect your spouse, protect your wife. What does that mean to you as a man, as a protector? What does it mean for you to protect? Where we at for time? Because we can do this another time.
We could finish it.
I'll actually, yeah. Okay, go ahead. I'm gonna let you marinate on that. Let's move on.
Well,
because I want to tie that into something else.
Go on.
No.
Leah, what are we doing here? What
We're
is-
gonna move on.
Yeah.
Go ahead. What was you gonna say?
I was gonna answer the question.
Okay, so if you have an answer, answer it.
I don't. I don't have a. I was thinking about it, but you
Okay.
just like forced me into. I don't know.
Now I forced you into
But you feel
something.
like men do a sucky job at it. That's like a wild thing to say.
And that's okay.
And are women never the protectors? It's only men are the protectors.
So the funny thing is that I feel like women do a better job at protecting their men than men do protecting their women.
I think women nurture.
You can call it what you want.
It's two different things.
You can finesse it the way you want to.
It's two different things.
Listen.
There are a lot of unprotected men that's in jail, Leah, behind that very thing that you're saying that women do. That's a fact.
That
is a fact.
What?
There are a lot of men in prison that were not so protected by their women that you say women do a better job.
I don't understand.
Of course you don't.
So break it down in layman's terms.
If women do a better job at protecting.
I didn't say all the time. I said.
Yeah, sure. Of course we can't do all.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Right?
But again.
And I'm not talking physical protection. I'm not talking like having a 38 in your purse.
Again.
I'm talking protecting the relationship. I'm talking protecting the sanctity. I'm talking protecting
No.
The name.
No. Until you tell me what it means to be a protector, you cannot speak on such things.
It's all things.
That doesn't mean anything.
And I've already talked to you about this. I think protecting
to be a
looks
protector.
Different for different people. It's just like I'm a good communicator. Is that a one size fits all? Because my protection of you was absolutely not the way in which you wanted to be protected. But it was still a form of protection.
No, it wasn't.
Leah, fuck. You're gonna stop insulting me.
I'm just being honest.
Sitting.
I'm not insulting you by any means.
I was protecting you, but
in
not
what
in a
way?
way.
Again, I don't really want to have this conversation until you tell me what that means to you, so we can move on.
Go on, Leah. Move on to the next thing. What's the next thing?
I don't even know. Where are we at for time?
I'm not. All right. We're going to close the show out because I'm not talking to you anymore. I'm going downstairs. I'm going to talk to my kids.
Okay.
Fucking wench.
Do you think that hurts me?
It should.
It doesn't.
All right, guys. I'm done talking to this broad.
See? That's not what a protector does.
Exactly.
See, Pap?
So.
See how you moving, Pap?
So, we will see y'all next week. Same bat time, same bat channel.
Blah, blah, blah.
God willing, because this show has been completely filled with insults and shots and
nobody insulted you,
degrading
baby.
And berating.
And I absolutely didn't degrade you.
And all the things that make up for not such a manifestation of Black love. So
no, this is the real Black love, not the facade.
Yeah, I don't want that bullshit.
See?
All right,
just
guys.
Want the facade. You want all the niceties.
All right, guys.
But let's keep it a buck.
Anyway, happy holidays, season's greetings. I hope Santa
baby.
I hope Santa treats you well. I hope Miss Claus gives you a lappy.
I hope Santa treats me well.
And yeah, so
helpers can help too.
All right, guys, we'll see you next week. You know what it is. We're locked and loaded. Yeah.
We're locked and loaded.
Time red bottoms, yes, I love red.
Hey.
I'm so paid. I refuse to be broke when I reach your age. I don't turn down no face. I put my foot up in your asshole with both legs.
WEDLocked and loaded.
Well, locked and loaded.